Within 5 minutes, everything got washed out. I can see hundreds of sages across me. Many kind of flowers that were being decorated into the temple. Unbelievable experience. I could see a bright light coming across from the mountains. Be the biggest day of my life.
Om Sushumna. Although modern science and spiritual science are like two sides of a coin to the modern man, mystical experiences can be unbelievable in this age of science and technology to some. Mr. Teja Devisetti, Managing Director of Javed and Habib Hair and Beauty Salons, was blessed with one such experience. And blessed are we to hear from him. Divya Darshan of Gurus in their physical form and assurance from our Guru Mata, Pujya Sri Atmanandamayi Ammagaru, has put Mr. Teja into a prominent institute for which he was yearning. This once again proves the omnipresence of our Gurus and their vigilance towards the ardent disciples. Let us hear from Mr. Teja in his own words about this unbelievable experience. Om
Sushumna. This experience to me was way back in 2012. I have just completed my 12th class examinations, and I was preparing for my IIT JEE and all the competitive exams for my engineering seat. So it was a very stressful phase as well, which is very common for every other individual as well. So I was preparing very hard for my examinations, and I have appeared for almost 15 entrance examinations, out of which I have already completed 10. And I could not achieve a very good score in the particular examinations which I was actually achieving for. It was a very stressful and a very difficult time for me, because what I was actually expecting for was not happening to me. So there was a time where I was really stressful, and there is only one more examination which was left for my engineering seat, and it is an AEEE examination which I was actually pursuing for. And the day has come. I have meditated very good on that particular day. I have went to the examinations with a very calm mind, and I've given my examination, which went pretty well for me. Right after the examination, I was still tensed about it, because that was the only opportunity for me to grab a rank and to get into a prominent institution for my engineering career. And if I have failed in that particular examination, then I would be wasting a 1 year for me to go into a long term, which I was not at all interested in. So that was the last chance for me to prove myself that what I actually studied for 2 years and very hard for my engineering seat. And I was very stressful, and it was a very difficult time for me as a student. After the examination, just before the results have been announced, so my family have actually planned for a spiritual trip to Kedarnath and Badrinath, and we were getting ready for the trip. As an 18-year-old, I was not very much interested about the spiritual trips around. I was not very much excited about getting to Kedarnath or Badrinath. But as it's a family trip, and I was told that it will be an adventurous trek, so I have actually prepared for it, and I've started. So we have reached Delhi, and from Delhi, we have reached Gaurikund, which is a starting point of Kedarnath trek. And in the early morning, a fine day, we have started the trek to Kedarnath, which is an 8-hour trek. It is a very stressful trek, but we have taken horses to reach Kedarnath. And it was almost evening by the time we have reached Kedarnath, and we were very tired, since right from the early morning, we were trekking to the hills of Kedarnath, which is almost around 3,000 meters away from the sea level. So the temperatures are falling slowly and it is getting bit cold and it is getting difficult for us to breathe as well. So we have reached our accommodations, we have freshened up immediately and it was time for a darshan. So we have reached the temple and the temple that particular day was very busy and it took us longs and longs of queues to get the darshan to be done. We were very fortunate enough to have a tour coordinator who actually arranged a very quick darshan for us. And we have finished our darshan in a very small time of around 10 minutes. And we were made to enter the temple. We had the darshan and we have exited the temple in a span of 5 minutes. So we have started our journey from our hometown around 3 to 4 days before. We have reached Delhi. From Delhi, we have reached to Gaurikund. From Gaurikund, we have reached to Kedarnath Shrine. And from Kedarnath Shrine to get into the temple, it took us almost around 4 days. And darshan was done in just a span of 5 minutes. I was a little bit disappointed about the fact that darshan was lasted only for 5 minutes to me. And within a span of 5 minutes, I'm out of the temple immediately. So all the hard work and all the dedication what we have shown in reaching Kedarnath was actually not satisfying to my individual self after the darshan being done. So all my family, we had a very great darshan, not to be complaining about that. And we have exited the temple. And right when we exit the temple, there is a small veranda towards our right side. And as a family, we have decided that we will be meditating there. It's been almost 2 years since I've started meditating. And the temperatures were falling somewhere around 2 to 3 degrees at that particular point. And the temperatures are falling each and every minute that is going past into the night. So the time was around somewhere around 7:30 or 8 p.m. in the night. And it was very bitter cold. But I was wearing a very small thermal across me and I was not feeling much cold about it. So we have started the meditation. I've sat down. So we have done our omkaras and we have started the meditation. And slowly, right after the omkaras and the deep breaths, I could literally see my soul being aparted from my body. I am able to see my body from a third person point of view. I could literally see my soul flying across the temple and I'm able to see my body from a third person point of view, which is an unbelievable experience for me, which has never ever happened. I wasn't expecting this to happen. I started crying. I don't know what I should be doing in that particular time. And maybe I am thinking myself that due to very bitter kind of a coldness that is being there in the Kedarnath shrine in that particular moment, my body has actually left the soul and I'm dying from inside. I could literally see my parents, I could literally see the people who have come across with us into this trip, who are sitting there and meditating, but I'm not able to even move an inch of my body. I could literally see myself from a third person point of view, right in front of my eyes, and my body is numb completely. I'm crying, I'm shouting, but nothing is happening. Neither my mom can listen to me, neither my dad can listen to me, neither any of the persons around me can listen to me. There are hundreds of people across me. The temple is so busy that day. And far off, it's been almost 10 to 15 minutes that I have been struggling across with my soul, that actually I'm not understanding what is happening with me. That particular point, from a very far distance, I can see all the three gurus, Pujya Sri Atmanandamayi Ammagaru, Mahavatar Babaji, and Bhoganatha Siddhar Garu, slowly walking towards me. It is kind of an self-belief kind of a thing, that actually there is something happening across and I'm leaving the world on that particular night. Slowly, Ammagaru and all Bodhi Gurus have walked towards me. And I could literally see my soul sweeping and crying and crying. And I don't know why I'm crying that particular night. I'm weeping a lot and a lot and a lot. Amagar has come near me and told, Teja, there is something really, really big thing happening with you right now. Stay strong, believe in yourself, and you will be blessed for your life. That is when I felt that actually something good is happening. I'm not losing my life here. And I've gained some confidence to stay in that particular place. I've made myself calm. It took me somewhere around 10 minutes more. And all of a sudden, I see all across. All this point is from a third person point of view. I'm not able to see through my eyes. I cannot feel my body. I cannot move an inch. This is all through a third person point of view, where I'm able to see my body. And all of a sudden, everyone across the temple gets washed away. I cannot see any one single person. And hundreds of sages walking towards the temple. Unbelievable. I haven't seen so many people at one particular place. Everybody chanting a lot of mantras. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. That vibrations is actually feeling me into lots and lots of trance actually. I can literally feel the energy in my soul. Within 5 minutes, everything got washed out. I can see hundreds of sages across me. I could see all the temple getting decorated. I am able to see lots and lots of water cleaning the temple. I can see many kind of flowers that were being decorated into the temple. Unbelievable experience. I'm still able to see my body in the same position where I was sitting in the veranda from a third person point of view. Right then, that moment, I could see a bright light coming across from the mountains. I didn't know what it was, but I know that this is gonna be the biggest day of my life, and I'm seeing something unbelievable. 2 minutes down, 3 minutes down, a very huge Trisul was coming at a very huge pace towards the temple. Now I understood that I'm seeing something brilliant in my life, which nobody else can ever experience. I could literally see Lord Shiva and Parvati Amma walking towards the temple. Right from the Himalayas, in between the waters that has been passing from the Himalayas, Lord Shiva and Parvati Amma were literally walking towards the temple of Kedarnath Shrine. All the sages' vibrations and the water and the flowers and the essence of godliness has made the Kedarnath Shrine the heaven of the world. Within 2 minutes of span, I could literally see Lord Shiva and Parvati Amma walking across me into the temple. Right in front of my eyes. And I can see and I can hear lots and lots of vibrations from the sages. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Right that moment, I remember Pujya Shri Atmanandmaya Amagaru's words to me that, Teja, you are going through a memorable experience of your life and you are a blessed soul to be here in this particular night. I am actually a blessed soul to be able to have seen that particular sequence in that particular night in the Kedarnath Shrine that day. 5 minutes span of time, I could see Lord Shiva and Parvati Amma walking towards the exit of the temple, right behind me and right beside me, and exiting the temple. I couldn't move myself. My body is not able to feel any cold. I'm not able to move an inch. But I can literally see each and everything happening from a third person point of view. Nobody is disturbing me. Nobody is looking at me. and nobody's caring of me in that particular point. But there was an instance where actually I was thinking, just a glimpse of Lord Shiva and Parvati Amma towards me, and that's the best thing, or the blessings of what I can receive for all the things that I have done to reach Kedarnath Shrine that day. And just before leaving the temple, I could literally see Lord Shiva and Parvati Amma watching me and walking into the Himalayas slowly. That day, that moment, I just felt that this soul is meant to be walking along with them into the Himalayas. I could see each and everything from a third person point of view. And right, even after 8 years of this particular instance, I remember every millisecond of whatever happened on that particular night. Slowly, the normalcy is getting back. I could see people coming back. All the sages have been vanished away. The temple is back to its normal state, and I could see people moving around me normally. And all this, I'm again seeing from a third person point of view, and I'm still not able to move. Right from the start of the meditation till this particular moment, it's been almost an hour and more than an hour actually. But now I cannot see my family across me. I cannot see the group coordinators or group people across me, and I'm single and alone sitting in the veranda, but nobody is touching across. Nobody is coming across to me. Now I could actually feel that my soul is able to feel my body, and my physical body is weeping a lot and weeping a lot. I am crying uncontrollably. Until today, I don't know the reason why I'm crying that particular night. I'm crying uncontrollably each and every second. There is a hell lot of eye drops that has been flowing through my water, and I cannot explain that blissful situation. Within a 5 minutes span of a time, I could actually see myself as a soul getting back into my body. And now I'm able to feel my body, and I'm able to move a little bit. In next 10 minutes, I could completely feel my body. And by the time I have opened my eyes, I could see my mother standing in front of me. I'm crying uncontrollably. I don't know what's happening around me. I couldn't imagine, or I couldn't believe what is happening across me. All my life has been blessed with one particular instant. And that 60 to 70 minutes of span, what I have spent across in Kedarnath Shrine, will definitely change my life. I can literally feel that feeling in front of me. I've got up immediately. I've removed my thermals. The temperature has fallen to somewhere around 1 or 2 degrees by then. It is almost by 9 p.m. in the night, and I started walking very fastly towards the accommodation. I went to the accommodation and I slept immediately, and I couldn't speak a word, or I couldn't say anything to my mom. Next day in the morning, all the night I have the same feeling that might be this is all my hallucination, or might be this is all my thinking, that I have been already into this meditation since 2 years, and I've heard lots and lots of stories and experiences of fellow Kriya yogis, that all these godly things and all the spiritual things happening with them, but nothing has ever happened to me ever. As I say always, I'm a science student. I believe in worldly energies, but there is a certain extent where I stop myself from believing in the spiritual experiences too. That night, I was in a dilemma that is this experience a real experience, or am I hallucinating for my life? In the morning, I woke up. I've controlled myself. I have told each and every point to my mom, and she was literally shocked. She couldn't believe herself that actually this has happened to her son. We are still in a shock, but the time has arrived where we need to start a trek back to the starting point of Kedarnath, to the Gaurikund, and extend our trip to Badrinath. I have to freshen up. So I went inside, I've started freshening up, and I've started removing my clothes. And I could see a very small, tiny Rudraksha's chain that has fell across my jeans pant. And I couldn't believe where that has come from, because all our life or anywhere across, we haven't seen that tiny Rudrakshas ever. So I've called my mom immediately. Mom, come here. We have to see what is happening. She saw the chain and she couldn't believe for herself. So immediately I sat down. I was thinking what really happened. Where did this chain come from? And I immediately kept the yoga mudra. I went into a small kind of a meditation. And then I started realizing that when Lord Shiva and Parvati Amma were exiting the temple and walking towards the Himalayas, that small glimpse of them towards me, and the whisker of that smile, and the action of hands from Lord Shiva onto me, which has sprinkled a little bit of water, which has turned into a small Rudraksha chain and has fell into my pockets. If it is not for that Rudraksha chain, till today I would have still been in a dilemma that is this my hallucination or my real experience that is happening. Now, I have a physical presence what I have got it from the Kedarnath shrine. I have a chain which have directly been presented by Lord Shiva and Parvati Amma to my life. Unbelievable experience. I just couldn't believe what is happening. My family couldn't believe what is happening. My mother couldn't believe what is happening. And unfortunately, we don't have any telephone signals out there to communicate it to the third person or call Ammagaru and say what has happened to us. So we have started a trek back to Kedarnath, to the starting point of Kedarnath, and we have continued our journey to Badrinath, which is in second location where we are going to. And once we have reached a point where we actually could pick up the telephone signals, we have received a message that Ammagaru actually wants to speak to me. So we have given a call to Ammagaru, and the first question what I have received from Ammagaru was, Teja, what did you feel across in the Kedarnath and what experience did you get? I was shell-shocked because there is no chance that anybody could have communicated to Ammagaru that this has happened to me, because only 7 or 8 people across me from my family have actually known what is happening. I've explained everything to Ammagaru, each and every bit. From second to second, I've explained. And there was only one word that was told by Ammagaru to me, that, Teja, you're blessed for your life. And Gurus are always with you. And you will have a great life in your spiritual journey across. That particular day I have understood. That particular moment I have understood. I was standing in the Himalayas and talking to myself that self-consciousness in terms of spirituality is very much possible through Sushumna Kriya Yoga. We shouldn't run across in search of spirituality. Instead, we have to search for spiritualness and spiritual abode within ourselves for our own well-being and making this world a better place to live. This is my lifetime experience which I'm sharing with you, and a memorable one, and I'm always and forever indebted to the Gurus for this wonderful experience and the journey which I'm going through Sushumna Kriya Yoga and guiding me each and every second. Om Sushumna.